Some women stand apart, indifferent, while the world erupts in cheers. This isn't just apathy. It's a statement. The stark divide between fervent fans and those who couldn't care less reveals an unsettling truth about identity and belonging. Why do they reject this cultural spectacle? It's not merely a preference. It's a confrontation with societal expectations. The pressure to conform weighs heavily. Each year, the same ritual unfolds, yet some refuse to play along. They challenge the narrative that passion for the game defines worth. As the game rages on, the implications deepen. Indifference becomes a silent rebellion, a refusal to be boxed in by collective enthusiasm. What does it mean to stand apart? The threat looms. Will the indifferent be seen as outsiders? Or will they redefine the conversation? The future of identity hangs in the balance, and the stakes are rising. Unwanted applause. Caring about the Super Bowl isn't a universal trait. It's a misconception that binds identity to sports. Those who don't care are often dismissed, labeled as outsiders. But what if indifference reveals deeper truths? The emotional engagement with sports varies wildly. Some find thrill in the chaos, others feel nothing. This isn't just preference, it's a psychological divide. The pressure to conform is relentless. Society demands participation, yet many stand apart, questioning the very fabric of belonging. What does it mean to be part of a culture that celebrates something you find meaningless? The stakes rise as the gap between passion and apathy widens. In a world obsessed with loyalty to teams, indifference becomes a silent rebellion. But this rebellion isn't without consequences. As the Super Bowl approaches, the chasm between the invested and the indifferent grows. Will you cling to the crowd or embrace the isolation? The choice is yours, but the implications are inescapable. The dopamine dilemma. Fans bask in the reflected glory of their teams. They feel the rush, the high, the dopamine flooding their systems. But what about those who don't care? They stand apart, untouched by the frenzy. This isn't just indifference. It's a psychological chasm. While fans revel in collective euphoria, non-fans feel the weight of societal expectations pressing down. They're the outliers, the ones who refuse to conform. And that refusal breeds resentment. The emotional rewards for fans are palpable. A shared identity forged in victory. Non-fans face isolation, a silent judgment that questions their belonging. The stakes rise as the Super Bowl approaches. Will they remain on the fringes? Or will they be dragged into the chaos? The tension escalates. Each year, the divide grows deeper. The pressure mounts. In a world obsessed with loyalty, indifference becomes a dangerous stance. What does it mean to reject the norm? The implications are unsettling. You're either with the crowd or against it. Choose your side. Tribal instincts or not, the Super Bowl is a battleground for identity. Those who cheer, scream, and bleed team colors feel a primal connection. But what about the women who stand apart? Their indifference isn't just a choice. It's a rejection of the tribal instinct that binds so many. This isn't mere apathy. It's a confrontation with societal expectations. While others rally for glory, these women carve their own paths, questioning what it means to belong. Are they outsiders? Or are they redefining community? The detachment exposes a deeper conflict to what happens when the traditional markers of identity are stripped away. As the game rages on, the stakes rise. The pressure to conform intensifies. Will they be forced to choose between authenticity and acceptance? The future looms, and the cost of indifference may be higher than they ever imagined. The question remains, are they truly free or merely isolated in their defiance? The locus of control. Women who dismiss the Super Bowl challenge the very fabric of societal expectations. They refuse to invest emotionally in a spectacle that thrives on collective frenzy. This indifference exposes a stark truth. The difference between those who cling to external validation and those who wield their internal locus of control. While fans scream for victory, these women stand apart, unshaken by the chaos. They recognize that their worth isn't tied to a game. This tension escalates as the world demands conformity. The pressure mounts, forcing them to confront their own identities in a culture that equates passion with belonging. As the Super Bowl looms, the stakes rise. What happens when indifference becomes a statement? When the refusal to engage is seen as a threat, the discomfort lingers, revealing a deeper conflict, the fear of being cast aside for not playing along. This is not just about a game. It's about who you are when the world expects you to care. Overstimulation overload. The Super Bowl looms, a cacophony of noise and frenzy. Yet, some women stand apart, indifferent. They refuse to be swept into the chaos. This isn't mere apathy. It's a rejection of societal pressure. They see the game as a distraction, a shallow spectacle that demands emotional investment. As the world rallies behind teams, these women navigate a different reality. They confront the overstimulation of modern life, where every moment is a barrage of expectations. The tension escalates. Are they missing out? Or are they simply more attuned to their own needs? This conflict gnaws at identity. The stakes rise, indifference becomes a badge of honor, but it also isolates. The fear of being misunderstood looms larger. The Super Bowl isn't just a game. It's a litmus test for belonging. As the clock ticks down, the question remains, can they embrace their detachment without losing themselves in a world that demands conformity? The pressure mounts, and the future feels increasingly suffocating. Uncertainty tolerance. Some women stand apart from the Super Bowl frenzy. They don't feel the electric pull of the game. Instead, they navigate a world buzzing with excitement, feeling nothing but indifference. This isn't just preference. It's a psychological battleground. The thrill others crave morphs into anxiety for them. The uncertainty of outcomes, the pressure to conform, these are weights they reject. As the stadium roars, they question their place in this spectacle. Are they missing out or simply refusing to play a game rigged by societal expectations? The stakes rise. What does it mean to be disconnected in a culture that demands allegiance to the game? The implications are unsettling. In a world that thrives on shared experiences, those who don't engage risk isolation. The tension mounts. Will they remain outsiders, or will they be forced to confront an identity that feels imposed? The choice looms, and the consequences are inescapable. The weight of tradition. The Super Bowl looms large, a titan of tradition, yet some women stand apart, indifferent. They reject the frenzy, the rituals, the pressure to conform. This isn't merely a preference. It's a confrontation with societal norms. The weight of expectation presses down, demanding participation in a spectacle that feels hollow. As the game approaches, the divide sharpens. Those who cheer and those who scoff. The tension escalates. What does it mean to belong? To reject the Super Bowl is to question identity itself, to challenge the very fabric of cultural participation. The implications are stark. Indifference isn't just a choice, it's a rebellion. It forces a reckoning with the uncomfortable truth. To care or not to care defines alliances and enmities. In this clash, the stakes rise. The future isn't just about a game. It's about who you are when the world expects you to be someone else. Disregarding the game, women who don't care about the Super Bowl challenge everything you think you know. They stand at the edge of a cultural chasm, refusing to jump into the frenzy. Their indifference isn't just a preference. It's a rebellion against societal norms that dictate passion for the game. This isn't about sports. It's about identity. As the world rallies around touchdowns and halftime shows, these women expose the uncomfortable truth. Belonging is often a prison. They force us to confront the unsettling reality that not everyone is wired to care. What does it mean to be a woman in a space that demands enthusiasm for something you find meaningless? The stakes rise as we realize that this indifference isn't just personal. It's a reflection of a deeper conflict within society itself. The future looms with the possibility that acceptance of this indifference could fracture the very fabric of communal identity. Are you ready to face the discomfort of that truth? The beauty of diversity. Indifference towards the Super Bowl reveals a stark truth. Not everyone is chained to the frenzy of sports culture. While millions scream for their teams, a silent majority watches from the sidelines, questioning their place in this chaotic celebration. This divide isn't just personal. It's a psychological battleground. The passionate fans cling to their identities while the indifferent grapple with societal expectations. What does it mean to reject the norm? To stand apart in a sea of jerseys and cheers. The pressure mounts. Are you defined by your interests, or do you carve your own path? The stakes rise as the Super Bowl looms closer, highlighting the discomfort of being an outsider. Embracing this diversity of experience isn't just a choice. It's a challenge to the very fabric of belonging. You must confront this tension. Will you conform, or will you embrace the unsettling truth of your indifference? The answer could redefine you.